Been toying with the idea of making a sawmill attachment for the bandsaw, because I've got some new logs to saw up and they're green, so they're heavy as hell. I ran one through, it was a bit nightmarish. So the problem is they can, you can jack one end up on a roller and hold it on the bed, but because they're round they can rotate, and of course they're also wobbly and twisty and they've got knots, so they bump and go sideways. But the main problem is rotation, so I built this nice track out of some timber I had lying around, just temporarily supported on this side of an old cot, just to sort of do a test of it. So what you do is you get the log started. Once it's through about 1/2 inch, you screw a bit of plywood onto the end that will rest flat along there. So as you push, that will just slide along on the rails and it will stop any rotary movement. Well, that's the theory. I'll have to give it a go. But it's not too bulky, nice and long, but 80 inches long, and it will just stand up against the wall. I can always use it as a ladder. So that's got the log in start position. You can see it's a fair old size of log, judging by my hand. This is the narrower end. There's a lot of knots on this edge, so basically I'm going to lose this half, and this half is the good half for bow. Got a big knot down here and some here, so I'll push it through, get it started, then screw a block of ply onto the end. I mean, I can lift this, but it's a heavy lift for, just on me Todd lifting it and popping it up there, so I need all the help I can get. That's my guide plate screwed to the end of the log. You'll notice it's smaller than the bit I was going to use originally, because that would have failed here. I was going to have it round the other way, then I suddenly thought I might as well screw it to what's going to be the scrap side of the log, rather than having screw holes in the nice bit. And the reason I only screw it to one side is that once we've progressed a fair bit, I can drive a wedge into the saw cut and it can spring this side apart. That's another reason why I haven't screwed it on too tight. It's a bit of wobble, it's just designed to stop any vicious twist or roll. There, we're going quite nicely now. I'm wandering this way a little bit, but that doesn't worry me as long as I don't wander into the good side. It was binding up something terrible here until I put a wedge in. The other trick is to note carefully when the blade's running, just put rub a bit of beeswax either side of it. But yeah, it seems to be moving nicely now. I think I'd have been struggling a lot without the guide and the rest of it, because any slight rotation would have bound it up. Oh, there you can hear it trying to stall. See, once you get it rolling, it keeps going. See, what I do is I just tuck it under my arm like that and just lift slightly and push, but the back end's on that roller still. Something else I tried, I was surprised. There's 2 speeds, and this is on the fast speed. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? If you run it on the slower speed, you'll have more torque and it will cut better. No, it doesn't, it just stalls. I don't know why. Perhaps it's just not clearing the sawdust as well. But you got to remember, this is green timber. It's wet as hell. The other day I cut some oak, big block of oak under there. I cut that with a nice, in fact it was with this blade I think. Went through it like a knife through butter. I've been worried that it wouldn't. But anyway, it's on the move now. A couple of strengths and weaknesses of the thing. This was getting up a bit high above the track, so it wasn't stopping it rocking, so I just jacked up the end of this support. Also added a G-clamp to help stop it falling over. But you'll notice I'm wandering off this side now. Oh dear, that's a problem, isn't it? Well, not really, because I can just slacken this G-clamp that holds it level with the bed, and just swing the whole end that way slightly. So overall, I mean, it's not a quick process, but the nice thing is, you see, I've got a very vertical cut. All right, I've wavered in and out that way, but I haven't put a load of twist in it. There you can see the final bit of cut. It's just about to break through, but you'll notice it's a much straighter cut once I got the hang of it. Here's where I've adjusted the angle to allow for the fact that it's going sideways a bit. And that could be the saw blade, could be the log, could be me, could be the rotation of the earth. Anyway, I'm well pleased with that really, because I don't think I could have managed that log on my own without the assistance of that. There's a nice bit when I was down to about here where there's a vibration set up and the whole thing was just bouncing slightly, just but it almost seemed to help the cut. The final look, there it is, having opened up. Yep, very pleased.